Hello and welcome to another video from me, Danielle. Thank you for coming back if you are a continued watcher. If not, thanks for joining me and watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Also subscribe to my channel. But hey, let's get into this video because it's a topic that I think about a lot. Being in the marketing world and having done it for 5-6 years now, specifically in the digital marketing realm, it's a topic that really weighs on me, and I see it all the time just in my work, and that is social media toxic? And this is coming not just from a person who's on social media as a consumer. I'm a person putting stuff out to consumers, selling products, and trying to push it onto people. I mean, with my companies that I have worked for, I have worked with many high-level influencers, million plus. I have managed multiple marketing budgets of 6 figures plus a year, and I'm talking multiple 6 figures, $300,000 for some of these marketing budgets. And they're nationwide companies, and I've even worked for international companies. So I have a lot of experience in the marketing world, especially digital marketing, since that is the main channels that companies use now. And I think I have a unique spin on the toxicity of the online world, especially coming from being in the professional realm and then also being a mom, seeing how it affects kids. And I actually have 3 brothers who are teachers who see it in their classrooms all the time, and they'll ask me questions about things since I know a lot about online stuff. And, you know, the things they tell me and the stories they tell me, some of them are just cringeworthy. I mean, I'm just like, really? Like, these kids are so addicted to their phones, like they are following this person and they want to be a YouTuber. One of the worst things that I hear is that every young kid, one of my brothers teaches an elementary class, every kid says that they want to be a YouTuber. And I'm saying that's 90% of the class. That's what they want to be when they grow up, which that's a great goal. I mean, YouTube's a great hobby to have. I have a lot of fun making videos. That's why I do it. I never aspired for this to be a career. I never have aspired for this to be a career. If it were to become one, that's cool. But I don't think that I'd ever be like sitting around being like, yeah, this is my job, especially as a little kid when there's so many other jobs out there that need to be filled. I'm just shocked that that's how the world's going, but I guess social media is such a big influence in our lives. I see why it is. But yeah, that's setting the stage for today. I'm going to tell you some positives that I think about social media, but also the negatives that I see and just have thought about a lot lately. So let's start with the yeses, and this is the one that actually annoys me the most above everything online. I hate how social media is such a time suck, not only for kids, but for adults. There is nothing that gets on me worse when I'm talking to someone and I see them scrolling through their Instagram feed or their Facebook feed or they're on Twitter. That just annoys me so much. My words don't have enough value for you to listen. You have to be on your phone sucked in, which you can do in 5 seconds after I say this sentence I'm going to say to you. You know, it's just like, really? Are our attention spans that bad? And one thing that is making it even worse is these short form videos that everyone freaking watches. TikToks, Reels, you know, shorts. Those are things that I really do enjoy consuming certain types of videos in those forms. But the majority of the crap that's out there, come on, man. Like, why are we watching this? I mean, I know it's entertaining. Everyone has hobbies. Everyone wants to go in and watch some mindless entertainment every once in a while. I mean, I love anything comedic, like TV shows, movies. I'm all about that. Junk TV. I mean, I grew up watching a lot of like network television, and I just fell in love with those type of shows. But I wasted a lot of time, and I'll admit it now. And these TikTok videos are just so short that our attention spans are becoming, you know, minuscule. And because they are, for the majority, just one video that has one thing, and it's usually not even a creative idea. It's like we're taking a clip from a movie and lipping our words to it and putting text that's funny about how this relates to something else beyond what the movie said or this interview had. And like, there's a little creativity in like finding what you're going to do, but the creative sense of like creating something new, it's just not really as much there. I've seen some really cool TikToks, really cool shorts, really cool videos. And yeah, okay, cool. I really enjoy that. But the majority of them are just not that creative, and it's just a time waste. I mean, it's really just a waste of time. That's why TikTok tells you when you've been on too long, because there are people who, you know, are on too long way too often. So yeah, I just think it's something that we need to fix as a society, is just not be so sucked into our phones, and social media makes it worse because it keeps a reason for us to be there. So maybe the broader thing is having that phone in your hand. You're going to be on it more, but social media keeps you on it more, which you know, I'm going to bring my advertiser marketing background in there. I want more people on that phone. I want more people giving me data so I can market to them and I can sell stuff to them. But as a person, I don't want to see my kids get sucked into social media like that. I don't want to be sucked into social media like that. I want to be able to turn off my phone and not be like worried about what notification was that, or oh my gosh, what's going on with this? You know, there's just a lot of too much information on social media and just too much attachment to it. Like, we have to always be on it because we have to keep up with everyone. It's just, now something's wrong about that. That flows into my next point, which is too many young kids are on social media. I got my first Facebook account when I was in 8th grade. Hardly used it until high school, and really I used it for like study groups or like clubs I was in, and I had groups on there. And then for like school dances, I'd put pictures up. And you know, maybe there's a birthday party, you put some pictures up. I hardly used it besides for just keeping photos, and like, yeah, I guess I'd keep up with a few friends and stuff, but I saw those people in person, so I'd have to be on there that much. When I was in junior in high school, Instagram like became more popular, and that's when I jumped on Instagram, and that was the platform that I really fell in love with. And I used to post like the worst pictures ever just on there because I would just want to post my day, and like basically it was my personal like picture blog that I could post whatever was going on in my day on, and I really liked that. And then when stories were introduced, oh my god, fell in love even more than I already was. So it was like an outlet for me for creativity. But you know, I was older when I really got into it. I was past 18, and it is scary to me that there are so many young, you know, 7, 8, 9-year-olds already on social media, already wanting to have Instagram accounts, already doing YouTube. You know, it's just a scary world for children in general when they can be that exposed. And like, even myself, putting my kids online, you know, there's a line where I like to show them doing cute stuff and things like that, but I'm never going to put anything too personal about them on any platform because it's just not good for kids to have that type of exposure, especially in the very formative years where they are developing their emotions and who they are. And there is just something wrong about kids having so much exposure to the world, especially all the things you can see online. You know, there's just not enough filters. You know, the internet's still pretty new. We are in a very strange, like, wild west of the internet right now. So the things that get by on like Instagram or YouTube, you know, there's like sexualized content, and there is just content that is gory, or maybe just things I don't want my kids to hear, or things that suck kids in. Like James just discovered Blippi, and like, okay, Blippi, I read about his backstory and who he is, and like, it makes me not want to watch him because of some of the previous videos he did before Blippi, but that's neither here nor there. The content that's there, it's made to, and designed to suck kids in. And like, I will see James just get addicted to this, which, okay, he's going to do that with any TV show that he really likes. But I just think having that exposure where he can have like his own YouTube account, you'll get sucked into things like that. And like, Blippi is so innocent compared to all of the bad things that you can get into on YouTube. So yeah, it's just scary that they have so much information. And it's not just social media, it's the internet in general, but social media makes it a little more accessible because it's all in one place. YouTube's going to keep recommending you videos, and you can get caught in things. That's why, you know, filtering, having filters on your computer, filters on your TV, that's so important for kids. But it's still just not enough because they can go to a parent's house who doesn't have, it's still not enough because they can go to a friend's house that doesn't have all those filters, and they can get access to other things. And I know things like this have been around forever. I mean, magazines, videotapes, you know, DVDs, they all can have things that are bad for kids, but it's just more accessible and easier to, you know, see things you shouldn't see as a kid. One of my other biggest pet peeves is just how fake social media is. And, you know, this kind, I guess I'll tie in my last two on like why I think it's toxic. It's how fake social media is, and then it's how everything else online is about just selling you stuff that you don't need and you probably don't have money to buy in most cases. So the fakeness comes along with influencers wanting to show they have a perfect life. And okay, well, I'll show you right now. I don't have a perfect life. I'm sitting in a pile of laundry right now that I'm trying to fold, and you know, I'm always stressed out about work, kids, money, you know, what my future is going to look like. You know, no one's perfect. Everyone stresses about the same things. No matter how much money you have, no matter how secure you think you feel in like your position in life, there's always a little worry just about, okay, what's next? What's next? And sometimes it's an anxiety to achieve more, which I feel a lot is just, you know, okay, I'm in a good spot, but I just want to do more and do more. which I think a lot of people have that drive. You know, they might feel comfortable, but they want to get to that point of being a little uncomfortable again because they need to keep pushing, keep driving, because that's what moves you forward. But in this fake social media world that we have, everyone looks like they just have this rosy life and like, oh, everything's so easy breezy. I'm going to my next trip and my kids are perfect. And oh, I look at these beautiful meals that I make every night. Oh, and then look at my beautiful home. You know, it's not real. None of that is real. That's why when I make my vlogs and my videos, I try to make it so not perfect. I mean, I'll show you on the other side of that door. I have a room that's been unfinished for a long time. It doesn't have walls up. It has barriers, making sure kids can't get to anything unsafe. And you know, it's been like that for a while because I just haven't had time to finish it. I haven't had time to hire someone to finish it. And I haven't really decided what I want in there. So, you know, no one's life is perfect. We all have these things that we put off. We all have these things that we just can't get to. And even the influencers who look like they have a perfect life, they're just doing it because they're online and they don't want to get ridiculed, because the online world is just scary and mean. I mean, I'd say the majority of comments are positive, but the 10% that are mean are the ones that are going to stick out and are really just going to affect you and make you feel like crap. So you are going to read them and then feel bad about yourself, so you are afraid to put anything out that maybe is a little more raw and a little more real, because you know you're gonna have that opposition. And you know, no one wants to be opposed, no one wants to be fought with, no one wants to cause arguments or have differing opinions that maybe make you feel bad because someone's really going hard at you. But sometimes you need that, and sometimes you just need to be real, because you're gonna actually focus in the audience that you want the most if you put your real life out there. Don't be so superficial that, you know, you just kind of are wishy-washy, because no one likes that. But one reason why influencers do that ties into my second point I made here, which is online's all about marketing. Just like when you watch television, there was ads that we would always see, and there was product placement in TV shows, movies, because it's all about selling a product. Because whatever we're doing as Americans, I mean, we live in a consumerist society. So everything is about, how can I monetize this and make money? And Facebook and Instagram got really good at it. And then all these brands got really good at using the people who were good at Facebook and Instagram to sell products. And, you know, YouTube's another outlet for that, of course, as well. So when people are using that newest, you know, Dyson vacuum or Dyson Airwrap, or they're using that Liquid IV, obviously they're selling it to us. We see how good of a life they have. We want that life, so we better go buy that Liquid IV right now, because we're gonna be so hydrated. We're gonna have beautiful skin, and oh my gosh, I'm gonna look like her. Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. In some cases, I have bought some products that influencers have promoted, and they have been great. I mean, that Divi hair serum stuff that, like, I feel like every mom influencer does, that stuff has been good for me. My postpartum hair loss has grown in so much faster. Love it. I'm so glad that I saw that. But I have not bought a Dyson Airwrap because, yeah, even though you might get a discount code with an influencer, I'm not really going to use that enough. I don't do my hair enough to use it. But have I been influenced almost by, especially Tati, the beauty guru? She uses it all the time. Her hair looks luscious and gorgeous. I might buy one because her hair looks so good. I just know I don't have the time to do it. But if I did, I might have bought it back in the day before I had kids because it looks so good. So, you know, there are reasons why you gotta look perfect as an influencer because of things like that. You want brand deals? Okay, well, I'm gonna buy this because I'm gonna look great, and oh, everyone's gonna buy it, and I'm gonna make some money on my affiliate link. Or maybe I have a brand deal where, you know, I don't want to lose that contract after the first year because I need that money. That's my job. And I have nothing against influencers because that's your job. Make money. You go, girl. Like, do it. But I do want people to know, like, that's a job of influencers. And I think a lot of people are very transparent about that. And I do think a lot of people do like the products that they use, but do you really need it? That's what it comes down to. So here are the reasons why I don't think social media is toxic or is as toxic as people make it out to be. Now, we live in a society of victims. And I mean, I do it myself. Everyone does it. We victimize ourselves at some point where we think that we are the victim in a situation where maybe it's just either not that big of a deal, maybe we are just creating the problem, which I'll admit it, I do it a lot, so not throwing any shade at anyone that I'm not throwing at myself. And we also are just whiny. I mean, Americans are whiny. We got everything handed to us on a silver platter, basically, for the most part, compared to other countries. And, you know, everyone has hardships, and, you know, if you're going through hardship right now, I hope that you make it through quickly, and I hope that on the other side, you know, you see the reason why you went through it. But, you know, that's just something we deal with in life. But online, a lot of people like to say, oh, you know, my mental health was affected because I follow this fitness influencer. Then don't follow this fitness influencer. Don't go on Instagram. If Instagram really makes you feel bad, delete the app. I mean, it's a very simple solution to a problem that I don't think people should have. And, you know, maybe I'm insensitive to the fact that, oh, you know, social media can be kind of like an addiction for people, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that hard of an issue for me. Get off social media if it's affecting you. And if it's your job, maybe find a different job if it really affects you to the point where, like, you hate yourself. Because it happens. I mean, I get it. Social media is such a toxic, you know, I get it. It happens. Social media can be such a negative place that it really can affect you. But just get off, take a break. And that a lot of times it just takes, you know, taking a few days off and like not going on it to like reset yourself, and unfollowing accounts that you don't want to see. So yeah, don't play the victim. You know, we were put on Earth with brains that can figure out issues. We're supposed to be the superior species here on Earth. We're supposed to think higher than every other animal. Let's just delete those apps if they're really affecting us that much. There's a lot of good that can be done on social media. Obviously, there are great causes out there that promote themselves on social media. There are great movements that have happened through social media. And there is also a lot of education. I mean, in my main job, it's all about financial education and opening people up to the world of alternative investments. Well, that's something that a lot of people don't know about. And if you are interested in that, there is a whole society on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, where you can learn about alternative investments and how they can help you make a lot more money right now than your 401k is going to do. You know, that's a world that I love. I mean, it's a learning community right there. Fitness, for all the negativity that it gets online. When I was in 8th grade, I started watching Sarah Fit, my favorite YouTuber. Still love her. I follow her on Instagram. She has 3 beautiful kids, and I just love her. She's so down to earth, such a real person. And she was the first YouTuber that I ever watched. And she was all about easy fitness for runners. That's how she kind of started, is how to plan your running schedule and then also build your muscle, you know, body weight exercises, things like that. And I started watching her. She got me into loving YouTube videos. And then I got into the beauty community on YouTube. And then I got into more fitness videos. And I learned how to do my makeup on YouTube. And I learned how to build my body and be healthier on YouTube. As I got older, I started following more fitness influencers, more beauty gurus, and more fashion, since I really loved fashion, still do. And it made me learn more. And it made me feel like I was a part of these communities. And I got to interact with these influencers. And I just felt so good. Like, oh my gosh, this is like a friend to me. I mean, some of the YouTubers that I comment on their videos a lot, I feel like they know who I am. And like, they'll say, you know, people say it all the time, like, oh yeah, I love when people comment, like I'll remember names. And it's cool to see their kids grow up along with my kids. And it's cool to see them, you know, their day-to-day, what they're doing. And there's a good community that's built there. So that kind of tied in 2 of my points right there. It's the education and the community that I really do enjoy about social media. That connection is just beyond anything that we could ever do before we had such an easy way to connect with people. And that is my last point, which is the connection that is brought with social media. So beyond just the general connection that you get with your friends, you get to connect with people you never would have met before. I mean, people across the world, people across the country, people that speak different languages than you. You know, there's so many things that you can see online that you would not be able to see if it wasn't there. And I love that about social media. I've just learned so much about people, and I've made some good, like, influencer friends, I guess you could call them, you know, people that you follow. And I've learned a lot. You know, I've learned a lot about different parts of the country and how people act and what it looks like. And I've just learned so much about being in a community. I mean, there's a lot of mom communities online, and a lot of them help me. Jess Hover, a YouTuber here, she has the Very Good Mothers Club, and that is an online community that really exploded. I mean, she's just a great YouTuber, great mom herself, and I just love watching her. I love watching her. And she has this great community of moms that she just has made who help each other out. And, you know, you can ask a question in this group and they're very willing to help you. So if you're a young mom, like, that's a good source for you to use, because it's just very important to have that. So yeah, the community aspects of social media are just huge for me. Well, Well, that is all I have for you today. I hope that this gave you a little bit more insight about how I feel as a marketer about social media. You know, there are points in my day where I'm like, why am I on this thing? It's a mindless machine. Like, come on. But there are a lot of good things about social media, and I do really love my job, and I love what I do in this digital world. And I think that there's a lot of good that can come out of it. And I think there's a lot of self-regulation that needs to be done to make it positive, because, you know, in this world, we put a lot on the outside forces saying that we can't go against this and we can't do this because this is affecting us. That's whiner mentality, and we got to get past that. If you are a whiner and everything is against you, well, that's how things are going to go. Everything's going to be against you. If your mind's telling you everyone's against you, you're going to think, okay, I'm not going to try because it's just not going to work out. You got to buck up. You got to make sure that you can fix it yourself, because everything comes down to you. You are the one who has to shape your own destiny. We all create our own destinies. And, you know, we have guidance from outside forces. Like, I'm a believer in God. I think he helps guide us. But you are the one really making decisions to help your life or hurt your life in the long run. The minor things that are out of our control, yes, can really affect us, but the majority of things thrown your way, you can change and you can fix them. So toxicity online, I think there are a lot of ways to avoid it. And with how much good that has been brought from the online world, I don't think that we can blame it for every bad thing in the world like a lot of people try to do. Well, if you like this video, please let me know down below. Comment what your favorite opinion of mine was, and if you agree with it. And if you don't agree, hey, I'm willing to argue back and forth about your thoughts and opinions, because I'm a very open person to new ideas. So let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, you might like these other ones that I chose for you, all about mom life. And hey, you know what? I post Monday through Friday, so I hope I can see you in the next one. Bye.